Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I've had a little bit of technical difficulties today with my Elmo. I've done this a couple times now, so we're going to try it one more time. All right, we're going to look at positive and negative space. Now, remember, on the video that you just watched, they showed you that positive space is your object that you draw. The negative space is the space around your object, and they're both very important. So if I draw a heart, just like this, I can either focus on my heart to give that heart the emphasis, and I can do some things in my background, the space behind it, or I can flip that and I can put the emphasis, I can put all of the work into the negative space and do something else in this space, because both are equal. A lot of times people will draw a picture and they'll leave the background white. And I always reply, we don't live in a white world. What is going on in the rest of your space? I pulled this up. This was actually a book from the library, and this is called The Light Princess. It's a book, and it's got a ton of illustrations in the book, but I'll just open it up to say this one. So this artist, for me, it's a little bit busy. I like art that, I like the emphasis being probably on the main characters. This artist is almost equal in how she uses her positive space, the objects, and then also the space around it. However, it does create a lot of interest because, down here you see this baby. And I think that they're doing this on purpose. I haven't read this story, but I almost think it's kind of like a looking game where she wants to make sure that the reader is looking at everything in the illustration to see there's different things that she wants you to check out. So that's probably why she's doing it this way. So we have here the king, the queen. I'm assuming she's very, very upset. But you see all of these things happening in the background. You see some cats. There's a drawing down here of two people. There's even more drawings. So I think that she's really trying to make sure that the reader is looking at everything in the picture. So remember, your goal is for emphasis. You want people to look at your artwork. You also want people to just see different things. You want them to travel around your art. Okay, so today we're going to focus in on the negative space. So that same piece of paper that I took before, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to flip it. Now what I did is I took a heart, I cut it out of this construction paper, I put tape on the back, and then I'm going to put this heart down on my paper. All right, now I'm going to color the space around the heart. I'm going to do these with oil pastels, but when you do this activity, you can do it with chalk, excuse me, paint, you can do it with colored pencils, you can do it with crayons, you can do it with paper, like we did with mosaics. You can do all sorts of things, but I don't want you to touch your positive space. We're going to leave that blank. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start fast forwarding my camera so you can see just me coloring really fast. Okay, now one of the great things about oil pastels, I kind of like how that turned out, but I'm not going to leave that. I am going to blend. I love blending oil pastels. So here we go. All right, so now I've blended in my oil pastels, and now I'm going to lift off my piece of paper. This is called masking, by the way, and it's a technique that you can do in watercolor. It's a technique that you can do with oil pastels, acrylic. Just lift it off. And then you have this nice, big, beautiful heart. Now what I can do, if I want to, I can work with oil pastels in here, different colors. I can use another medium, so maybe I'll do some pen drawings inside of the heart. I can leave it blank. I can leave a message in here, but I'm trying to make sure that I really looked at my negative space today, the space around my positive space, around my object. I also did this earlier. I wanted some more hearts. So I did this with a lot of different pieces of construction paper. Same thing. I put tape on the back, and now I'm going to lift off the tape. And now I have these beautiful hearts, and I can go ahead and I can put something inside of them. I can leave them blank. I can color them different colors, right? So these are my positive space. This is my negative space around my heart. All right, so this week, go ahead and play around with this idea. Look at books that you have. Look at posters that you have. Try to think about the positive space, which is your object, and then the negative space, which is the space around your object. All right, talk to you later. Bye.